Today we're heading on to the African Savanna, not to see postcards and sunsets, but the most terrifying safari encounters ever recorded. Safari. The word alone stirs something deep inside us. The crackle of dry grass, the roar of lions at dusk, the sight of elephants moving like giants across the horizon. Some of you watching may have been there yourself. For others, it's still a dream. Well, pack your bags and bring your courage, because this countdown is not about beauty. It's about survival, and by the time we reach number 1, you may never look at a safari the same way again. Number 5, Zimbabwe, where the hippo's jaws of death open. Imagine yourself gliding across the Zambezi River in a canoe. The air is heavy with heat, the water calm, the sky glowing red with sunset. The guide warns you to stay still, to keep your balance, to respect the river. Beneath the surface, shadows move. Crocodiles, fish, unseen shapes. And then, without warning, the river erupts. A hippo surges upward, jaws gaping wide enough to swallow a man whole. In 1996, safari guide Paul Templer experienced this nightmare. The hippo struck, swallowing him headfirst, crushing his arm in its massive jaws. He described the darkness, the unbearable pressure, the sensation that the world was closing in forever. He was dragged beneath the water, thrashed, then spat out, only to be seized again. His clients watched helplessly, screaming from their canoes. Against all odds, Paul survived, but his arm was destroyed. The scars, both physical and mental, lasted a lifetime. Hippos kill more than 500 people every year in Africa, far more than lions or crocodiles. They look almost comical, mouths yawning wide like sleepy giants, but they are territorial, violent, and unbelievably fast, able to outrun a human on land and overturn boats with ease. Would you still climb into a canoe, knowing a creature this powerful could explode from the water beneath you? If you ever plan a safari river trip, remember this: respect the hippos, keep your distance, and never mistake silence for safety. Because in Africa, the most dangerous animal is often the one that looks like it's just standing still. Number 4, South Africa, where the window becomes no return. Picture yourself in Lion Park near Johannesburg. The day is bright, the savanna stretches out in golden waves. You're safe inside your car, driving slowly, watching lions sprawl lazily in the grass. The signs are everywhere. Keep your windows rolled up. It seems obvious. But in 2015, one tourist ignored that rule. She wanted a closer photo, a better shot of the majestic lioness pacing nearby. The window rolled down, the camera lifted, and in seconds it was over. The lioness lunged, claws tearing through fabric and flesh, jaws snapping shut around her shoulder. She was dragged from her seat as others screamed in horror. Rangers rushed to intervene, but it was too late. One small decision, one window rolled down, turned a dream safari into tragedy. Lions may look sleepy under the African sun, but they are apex predators, capable of charging at 50 miles per hour and delivering bone-crushing bites. On safari, safety rules aren't optional, they are survival. Be honest with yourself. Would you roll your window down for that perfect photo? Or would you remember this story and keep the glass between you and death? Number 3, Zambia, where the elephant's wrath awakens. The year is 2022. A family rides in a safari jeep across Zambia's bushlands. The air buzzes with insects, the horizon shimmers with heat. The guide points out antelope grazing, birds circling overhead, and dust rising in the distance. Then the bush stirs. From the trees steps a massive bull elephant, ears spread wide like battle flags. He stares, trumpets, and charges. The ground trembles beneath 6 tons of unstoppable force. The driver slams the accelerator, tires spinning, but the elephant is faster. A tusk slams into the jeep, crumpling metal like foil. The family screams as the giant nearly flips them over. This time they survived, but others haven't been so lucky. Elephants are majestic, yes. They are also capable of immense rage. They have overturned jeeps, trampled campers, and killed guides. They may look gentle when grazing quietly, but when threatened, they unleash fury. If you ever find yourself on safari, remember, elephants have the right of way, always. Never block their path, never test their patience. Because when an elephant charges, there's no vehicle strong enough, no human fast enough to stop them. Imagine sitting in that jeep, staring into eyes the size of dinner plates, watching ears flare and dust rise as 6 tons of fury barrels down on you. Would you run or freeze, knowing there was nowhere to go? Number 2. Kenya, where the river offers no escape. The Tana River flows quietly across Kenya, its banks lined with reeds and mud. Fishermen cast their nets, children splash in the shallows. A teacher makes his way across, water lapping at his waist. It looks calm, it looks safe, but the surface hides killers. In 2010, a Nile crocodile struck without warning. It erupted from the water in a blur of scales and muscle, jaws clamping down with over 3,000 pounds of pressure. In seconds, the man was dragged under, disappearing forever. Villagers watched helplessly as the river closed back to silence. Nile crocodiles are ancient assassins. They can hold still for hours, waiting, eyes and nostrils just above the surface. When they strike, it's at 22 miles per hour, faster than any human can react. They kill by drowning and death roll, tearing flesh from bone with terrifying efficiency. On safari boat tours, guides warn, never lean over the edge, never dangle your hand in the water. And if you walk near a riverbank, assume a crocodile is already watching. Would you trust a river like this, knowing that at any moment the surface could break beneath you? In Africa, water is life and death. And now, number 1. Where? This was in South Africa, where a leopard claims the jeep. This was in the Kruger National Park, 2015. Tourists ride in an open jeep, cameras ready, laughter filling the air. A leopard crouches unseen in the grass. The guide whispers, points. The tourists lean forward. Then with terrifying speed it happens. The ranger is dragged from his seat, teeth sinking into his arm. Blood streams down his sleeve as he struggles, pinned by raw muscle and claws of the leopard. Tourists scream, frozen in horror. The leopard is inside the jeep. The illusion of safety shatters in an instant. Rangers rush in, firing warning shots. The leopard doesn't let go. They fire again. Finally, the animal collapses. The ranger survives, but scarred forever. This was no dramatization, no staged event. This was a real safari gone wrong in one of the most famous parks in the world. And this is why you stayed until the end. Because nothing, not even the steel of a jeep, can keep you safe when a predator decides you are prey. Do you still, or would you now, ever dream of going on safari, knowing these stories? Tell us in the comments. And for more epic encounters, from the kings of the savannah to the monsters of the deep, don't miss our upcoming videos. Subscribe and join the pack at Critter Safari as we keep exploring nature's power one story at a time.